Hi, Style Rebel. Welcome to today's style session. So, if you are a woman in direct sales, or maybe you craft something or you make something, or maybe you're a coach, or maybe you're a realtor, any type of businesswoman where you are the face of your business, you're in the right spot today. It's Ginna, also known as the Style Rebel Mama, and I support female entrepreneurs and women on the go with elevating their personal style so that you can show up as the human that you are, as the amazing woman that you are, and represent yourself in a way that's authentic and aligns yourself with your business. So, here's the thing. And I can speak from my own experience because I also represent a direct sales company, as many of you know, through what was Premier Designs Jewelry is now Devoted. Many times, because maybe we're selling a product, we think of only showing the product, right? But what about showing up as yourself? And so, what I have found over the years, and so I'm speaking out of my own experience, is that the times that I felt that I was struggling in my business were the times that I was focused solely on pushing my product. Instead, I wasn't showing up as myself, as Ginna Tassinelli, right? Same thing with Style Rebel Mama. When I started to do full style services, I would show up as Style Rebel Mama, or, as this logo, not as Ginna Tassinelli, who is the Style Rebel Mama, or Ginna Tassinelli, who represents this jewelry line, or Ginna Tassinelli, who represents a social media marketing agency with Hype Media. I was leaving myself out of the puzzle. And when you do that, the results that you get from your business are not going to be the results that you actually deserve. And so I want to talk to you today about how to change that for yourself so that you can really build a business that's not a hobby, that's not, frustrating, that's not overwhelming, that's not time consuming, that's not draining money too, because maybe you're spending money in Facebook ads and they're not working for you and you're wondering why. So this is why this happens, is because we cut out that foundation of building a brand, aka building ourselves in alignment with our product, service, and business. And I know many times we want that instant gratification, right, of the sale. And so what happens is we end up working extra hard, spending extra money, and wasting a lot of time. And I've been in business now with both of my businesses for a little over 11 years. And I'm telling you, it took me quite a few years until I finally realized and it finally clicked that, hello, Ginna, it's because you're not putting yourself out there. So I want to inspire you to show up, put yourself out there as a human being, okay? So if you have a Facebook page and your Facebook page is only promoting your product and there's nothing about you, there's nothing about your story, you're really missing out. You're losing a lot of people. And that may be why the engagement on your page may not be happening, is because people don't know who you are. They don't care about your product or your service. They care about you first. So I'm going to give you some steps to get you started. So what you want to do first when you are, even maybe this is a refresh or a reboot of your business, or maybe you're starting brand new with a business. All right. I want you to first take it all in, that in this new era that we live in, especially right now in this new environment, it's more important than ever to show your face, to show up. You need to put yourself in front of your product or your service or your business, okay? So I want to see more images of you on your social media profiles, the ones that have to do with business. Show up as you, because you are your brand. People want to connect with you first. I want to see you update your profiles to tell a story about why you got into business and why you're so passionate and who you support and why you support them. And that's part of the workshop is going to help you get clear on how to write your unique service proposition. Okay, so what do you bring to the table? I support women in business and women on the go and elevating their personal brand style so that they can align themselves authentically with their brand and show up as a human being to their perfect audience so that they can grow their business with real human connections. That's my unique service proposition. So think about yours, and we'll get clear on this and we will define it during the workshop as well, okay? Then I want you to start thinking about who exactly is my customer? Who is my perfect client? And if you're saying everybody, it absolutely can't be. That is impossible. You can't, nobody can service the entire world, okay? So get very specific. Is it a woman? Is it a man? Is it both? What's their age group? Do they have children? What are the ages of their children? Did they go to college? Did they not go to college? Maybe they're in a specific industry for work. Maybe they don't work. Do they like to cook? Do they like to shop? Do they have, maybe they're a business owner. What kinds of movies do they like? What kinds of books do they like to read? Are they into makeup? Are they into jewelry? You know, do they like high-end products? Where do they like to shop? Do they like the theater? That's how specific you want to get. And in the workshop, I'm going to share with you where you can really get some really good research to find exactly who that audience is, okay? Then I want you to really dig into what are your values. So, you know, and not just your values, but what is your style like? And so we're going to talk about your brand style and your personal style during the workshop as well. But think about what is your style and what do you want to show up as to the world? What's the image that you want to portray? So do you want to portray a more conservative image, a more edgy image, a more chic image, a more classic image, a glamour image? These are all things to think about. Think about the colors that you're attracted to. Do you know what your unique color palette is? And if you don't, we can talk about how to build that in the workshop as well. Okay, because that's all going to work with your brand and your image, the images that you use, and you know, maybe templates that you use when you start to build social media content, or if you already have social media content but you're looking to do like a reboot of your brand. All of this works together. And then what is it that's in it for your perfect client? Because before they know about your product, they have some sort of want, right? So what are their wants? And then how does your product fit into that want? And as much as I want to say, as much as we think that we know what our clients need or our potential clients need, before we can get to the need for them, we have to connect with them through what they want. All right. So these are some really like maybe challenging questions, but during the workshop, I'm going to guide you step by step on how to answer these questions and then how to use these questions to really build a brand that is going to gain you more visibility for your product, your business, or your service. And in the end, what do we want with our brand? We want to get more exposure so we can bring in more clients and make more money, right? And service more people. So that's the whole point of it. And so I wanted to share this short little training today about branding yourself, how to, you know, build a brand that inspires, not just influences, but inspires and motivates people so that you can connect with real humans. And you're probably wondering, well, why are you doing this on this page? Because this is all about style. Here's why. Because I know many of you are business women in here. Or, you could be, you don't have to be a business owner, but maybe you work for a company and you represent, maybe you're in sales. You still are your brand. And even if you don't work and you're maybe a stay-at-home mom, which by the way is work, I always like to preface that. It is major work. It's probably the toughest job and the biggest job we will ever have on this life, in this lifetime. But you also are your brand as a just personal, on the personal side of it. You are a brand as well. So all of these things can really align with you. Now, really quickly, let's talk about how to show up with your brand, right? Okay. I believe that keeping things consistent is really important. So if you have been following along for quite some time, which I'm sure that you have, you can see that along the frame there, I have this glitter frame. That's just part of my Style Rebel Mama brand when I go live. And then I have that little logo up top on that side. Everything's opposite. And the same thing. So it's always going to be there because it's part of my brand. Now, I have started to incorporate some other things, as you might notice. You might see a lot of the Hype Media logo with an S for splash, because I want you to make a splash with your brand, and then Style Rebel Mama. And that's because we are working on merging, because we're partnering together so much. So you're going to see a lot of that. But you do see a lot of consistency with color. And my background is pretty much always the same. I used to have an all glitter one, and now I've changed it. But it's me. So when I pop up in people's news feed, they're going to see, okay, this is Ginna from Style Rebel Mama. I know that she's coming on. So I try to keep things consistent, and that's all part of branding and having a consistent message, consistent tone with how I want to show up. And so that's really important too. The other thing is with your personal visual look, okay? So obviously, because I'm a stylist, I tend to have my hair done. I tend to have makeup on especially when I'm on live. I do wear jewelry, but guess what? I'm actually wearing this all the time. Maybe not the bold lipstick at home all the time, but I do wear jewelry during the day, and I do have an outfit on because I know that it's going to motivate me and inspire me to do business. And, if I just hung out in more like loungewear all day, I know I wouldn't get as much business done. I've tried it and it doesn't work for me. So if it works for you and it makes you feel good, then keep doing it. That's not what it's not about trying to impress others. It's about, it all starts with inside of you. All right. So whatever works for you, that's making you feel good, that's putting you out there as the person that you want to show up as. So that's what's really important, and that's what's going to work. Yeah, so if you have any questions, feel free to message me, feel free to drop them down below. But I'm ready to do this brand style journey with you, and I hope that you are too. And if you have any girlfriends that you feel would have fun in it, and maybe even be like an accountability partner with you, throw them in there. All right. So I will see you next week. Bye.